allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Honorable City Council members, to Madam Treasurer, to our Chief of Staff, to the Mayor in his absence, to our City Attorney, to the administrative staff here in the audience, to our audience here in the council chambers, and those viewing via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting. Today is Monday, November 14, 2022. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card located on the table in the back of the chambers and hand it to me, the deputy clerk. Additionally, members of the public who are viewing tonight's meeting via our broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com. At this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo. Here. Councilman Barden.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
She's excused.
So noted. Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
Councilwoman Webb.
Here.
And Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
Mr. Chair, there is a quorum for tonight's meeting.
Thank you.
Tonight's meeting agenda, Honorable City Council, I will be presenting an amended agenda. This amended agenda will add an action item under item 2, minutes, and that action item is approval of the October 24, 2022 regular meeting minutes. So the amended agenda is as follows: number 1, agenda; number 2, minutes; number 3, petitioner; number 4, chairperson's report; 5, mayor's report; 6, clerk's report; 7, treasurer's report; 8 is public comment; 9, unfinished business; 10, new business; 11, warrant; 12, communication; and 13 is adjournment. And a motion would be in order to accept tonight's amended agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the amended agenda that's presented.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of amended agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Agenda item 2A for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, November 7, 2022 at 7:30 p.m., reflecting the correction that the October 24th, 2022 regular meeting minutes did not pass by a majority vote of council-elect.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Wadsworth?
I will move for the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on Monday, the 7th of November, and I guess it will include the meeting from October 24th.
It will include the correction that
The
meeting minutes didn't
correction of
pass.
October 24th.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting Monday, 7th, with corrections. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. There were no special meetings held on Monday, November 7th, 2022. Agenda item 2C for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, October the 24th, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. A motion be in order to approve those
So
minutes.
moved.
Support.
The motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by
Abdo.
Ms. Abdo. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. There are no petitioners under tonight's meeting. That brings us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Tonight at 7 o'clock p.m., we had a special meeting to discuss the attorney's opinion. I also want to thank the veterans for their service this past weekend, and that's because of them we have our freedom. I also want to congratulate the new board members that was elected to the school board. And at this time, I want you, Chair, going to recognize County Commissioner Al Haddis.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Honorable Council, I'm here to say thank you to the city of Romulus and to you all, and hope to continue to work with you for the next 2 years. In the past, I've been working with the city of Romulus, especially the mayor, with direct contact and the issue. And we visit too many sites. Some of them been resolved, county issue. Some of them still pending, and we're working on it. And I'm here today to say thank you to the citizens of Romulus for giving me the honor to serve you. It's a great community. I really love my district, especially the city of Romulus, where you have room for growth, economic development, and good city government that work hard. It's what we have in common to provide the best services to enhance the services, the vital services in the city of Romulus, to enhance the standard of living of the citizen and bring progress and prosperity to this community. And and I say thank you to Councilwoman Virginia Williams for attending the unveil event in the city of Wayne. I'm going to be short. The main thing, I'm here to say thank you to all of you, and especially the citizens of this community. And I hope next year we work harder and try to accomplish more than what we did in the past. If anybody have any question or any concern, you could reach me at any time, 24/7. All my information on the website of www.waynecounty.gov, go to District 11. And you find everything you need to know about me over there. So thank you for your time, and I wish you well for the next 2 years. I hope we accomplish what we've been working on and on new issues. Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Mr. Commissioner Williams has some. Go ahead, Ms. Williams.
I would just like to say to our commissioner, that thank you that you just gave to the residents of Romulus is I'm sure is overly appreciated. Not too often do we have individuals like yourself that will come up after the election and say thank you for the support. So thank you for being our commissioner.
Okay, that will conclude the chairperson's report.
I'll make a motion to accept your report, Mr. Chair.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 5 is the mayor's report, and presenting the mayor's report in the absence of Mayor McCray is our Chief of Staff, Julie White-Toko.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk, and good evening, City Council. Before I get into the mayor's action items this evening, we do have a short video clip Vanessa Tolliver in our office has provided, so we'll get you updated on our upcoming events.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. The Romulus Police Department are currently holding a food drive for canned goods and non-perishable food. Items can be dropped off at Romulus Police Department now through November 17th. Come join us as we trot through downtown Romulus on November 18th from Artesian Reserve to Walters Bar for the 5th annual Gobble Wobble Turkey Trot. Check-in starts at 5 o'clock and trotting begins at 5:30. There's plenty of parking available at Walters Bar with shuttle services from there to Artesian Reserve. Holiday turkey attire is encouraged. Proceeds benefit Romulus Goodfellows. The City of Romulus will be closed on Thursday, November 24th and Friday, November 25th. The official Christmas tree lighting ceremony will be held on Thursday, December 1st at the Historical Park. The event will begin at 6 p.m. and we will light the tree at 6:30. Santa will be available for photos later on that evening. Hang around with us as we wait for the Canadian Pacific holiday train to pass through Romulus. More details will be forthcoming. Thanks everyone, and remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube or visit the website for more information. Have a great night.
Thank you, and just another quick note, obviously, we observed Veterans Day on Friday, and I wanted to mention to you that upcoming next will be the Wreaths Across America ceremony, which is on Saturday, December 17th. There has been some information already out on social media, but if you would like to buy a wreath to lay at one of our veterans' graves in the Romulus Cemetery or participate in that program, please do so. And Vanessa did mention the tree lighting. You'll note that's been a little change. We're going to need everybody's help to communicate that, but we're excited that the holiday train is coming back through Romulus again, and so why not make it a big fun evening for everybody? So we'll be doing our best to get the word out to the families and the schools and try to just make this one big fun event, and probably coming back to council for some assistance, because if you were out the last time the holiday train went through our community, it was quite busy downtown. So we'll probably be looking at potentially doing some road closures and such, but we'll bring that back at the next meeting. So with that, I'll go ahead and get started with the mayor's actions items this evening. Item number 5A is a request for council's approval to enter into the sanitary sewer services agreement between the City of Romulus and the City of Taylor, and this is for a site development in the City of Taylor to discharge into the City of Romulus sewer, and that property is located at 9951 Inkster Road in the City of Taylor.
Through the chair,
Yes, Ms. Talley.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached sanitary sewer services agreement between the City of Romulus and the City of Taylor. This is for a site development in the City of Taylor that discharges sewer into the City of Romulus.
I'll support that, and I have a question.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for an agreement with the City of Taylor Sanitary Sewer Services, UniFirst Development, 9951 Inkster Road. Discussion, Mr. Wadsworth.
John, thank you. Roberto, if I could ask this question to you. My first question is, no form or shape are we paying any of this, right? All the cost is burdened by either the City of Taylor or the people that are going to be using the sewer and water.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So the developer is paying for the sewer to be connected to our sewer. We're not paying anything. We're just going to receive, monthly a sewer bill, or actually, I should say, we're going to send a sewer bill to the developer
Okay.
for their discharge.
And we've done this in the past with Van Buren, Wayne
Yes.
Westland also.
Yes,
And
we've
they've
done
done it for us also, correctly?
Exactly. So with our bordering communities, we've formed these partnerships before. We have some of our residents on, Taylor Water, or we have one of our developments on Westland Sewer. So, and we have Van Buren residents on our water. So it's just a typical process with municipalities that we share customers along the border because one or the other might not have the infrastructure available for them.
Okay, fine. Thank you. I'm satisfied.
Ms. Roberta, Ms. Williams,
Yes.
requested.
So, and you said that the City of Romulus will send the bill to the developer. So once that property is developed, will that bill continue?
Yeah, absolutely.
With that
It'll
person?
be
monthly in perpetuity as long as that development is there,
Okay.
functioning and discharging to our system.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question for Mr. Roberto? If not,
I was
thank...
going to ask him, what was that word that you used? Perpetuity?
Forever.
Forever, that's okay.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Roberto. Roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Item 5B is a request to authorize payment to consultant Spalding D. Decker, and that was for professional engineering services rendered as part of a federally mandated survey completed in the amount of $12,000, and this is basically for the Wayne E. Course intersection project.
Through the chair,
Yes, Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make that motion to concur with administration for the administration and authorize payment of the Spalding D. Decker invoice number 92505 for professional engineering services rendered for a federally mandated BAT survey completed between August 29, 2022 and October 2nd, 2022 in the amount of $12,000.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Williams, for professional service invoice, Wayne E. Course, that survey and engineering. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion?
Excuse me, through the chair.
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Webb.
I don't know, when you say bats, it went two ways in my mind. But you are speaking of bats, right? That hang from the, I don't know what you're, I don't know. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I wasn't sure now because,
Batman?
yeah, you know, for bats, I had no idea. So
Okay.
forgive me for my ignorance.
Oh, no problem. Okay, where were we? Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Item 5C is a request to authorize the DPW to dispose of the vehicles, and those were all listed on the chart provided in your packet, through Martin's Towing with a disposal fee of $50 per vehicle, with all proceeds deposited into the appropriate city fund per the table attached.
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to concur with administration and authorize the DPW to dispose of the listed vehicles through Martin Towing with a disposal fee of $50 per vehicle, with all proceeds deposited into the appropriate city fund per the table.
Get a second on that one?
Support.
Okay. It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Webb, for disposal of obsolete, worn, and surplus property policies. Discussion, Ms. Williams, you had a discussion?
Yes. On this document, it says the reserve. Is that dollar amount, is that what the city will receive back for each vehicle under reserve?
That's the moment. That would be the minimum on a bid.
So that's what is being bidded out?
Well, that's the lowest that they would accept for a bid.
Okay. So for Martin Towing, they're the ones, so we're paying them $50 to do this bidding?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. The next item, item 5D, is request for council to adopt a resolution to terminate the master lease agreement with Enterprise Leasing, which was established for the purchase of 5 patrol vehicles.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb?
I make a motion to concur with the administration and adopt this resolution for the mayor and clerk to terminate master lease agreement with Enterprise Leasing for 5 patrol vehicles.
Support.
A motion by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Abdo, for termination of master lease equity agreement with Enterprise. Any discussion? Ms. Williams, you had discussion.
Yes, I would just like to know, I know this was back in 2021. Has any funds went to Enterprise, or we were just waiting for the vehicles to be delivered?
We've been waiting for the vehicles to be available. You'll see in upcoming action items just this evening, we'll also be asking to do an amendment for those funds that they've been waiting on the vehicles for, so.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. The next item, 5E, this would be a request to concur with the administration and consent to piggyback on the My Deal contract to purchase 5 2023 Ford Utility Interceptors with options for the price of $43,541 for a total cost of $217,705 from Gorno Ford for the Romulus Police Department.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth?
I'd like to move that on the piggyback of the MI deal contract 071B770081 for the purchase of 5 Ford utility police vehicles.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Tally, piggyback on My Deal contract number 071B770081 for purchase of 5 Ford utility police interceptors. Any discussion?
Yes, I was wondering if we have any idea when these will be delivered, or is this going to be a waiting game again? I know that.
Thank you. Good evening, Council.
Hi.
Good evening.
So, yes, that was a serious concern of ours when we decided to exit Enterprise. So we have some reasonable guarantees that these 5 vehicles will be delivered right around February.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item, 5F, and this is a request to award RFP 2223-03 to Utility Associates, which was the highest scoring company when they reviewed the bids, for 30 officer-worn body cameras and 20 in-car camera systems, including video storage solutions, retrieval, share capture, and management of digital video, and the amount of $302,000 to be paid over a 5-year period in which full maintenance through a service agreement will be had on the equipment.
Through the chair,
Ms. Webb?
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and award the bid.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Williams, for RSP 22/23-03 body worn and in-car camera system. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Webb? Ms.
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved too.
Thank you, council. And the last item on the mayor's report this evening, item 5G. And as we had mentioned a few minutes ago, this would be a request to concur with the administration and introduce Budget Amendment 2223-9 to use the funds that were budgeted in the fiscal year 2021 for 5 police vehicles that were not delivered in 2021.
Through the chair,
Yes, Ms. Tally.
I'd like to concur with the administration, introduce Budget Amendment 22/23-9 to use funds that were budgeted in fiscal year 21 for 5 police vehicles that were not delivered in 2021.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Tally, supported by Ms. Webb, for introduction of Budget Amendment 22/23-9. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. That will conclude the mayor's report this evening.
Thank you, Chief of Staff.
Thank you, Chief of Staff. Number 6 is the clerk's report. There's only one action item under the clerk's report. 6A is a study session request. Our DPW Director, Roberto Scapitici, is requesting a 45-minute study session on Monday, December 12th, 2022 at 6 p.m. to discuss the local street presentation of status. The date and time are available for this request.
To the chair,
Ms. Tally?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the study session request made by DPW Director Roberto Scapitici and for 45-minute study session on December 12th at 6 p.m. to discuss the local street presentation of status.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Tally, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for a study session request for December the 12th, 2022 at 6 p.m. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. There's no more action items under the clerk's report, but I would like to first thank our veterans, not only here in the city of Romulus, but also across the nation for the tremendous sacrifice that they have made to ensure that the freedoms that we all enjoy so dear are continued. And one freedom is our freedom to vote in our representative democracy government that we have. We did have a November general election, and there were many, many entities, parties, and individuals that made this happen. The clerk's office is responsible for the conduction of the elections, but we could not do it without the generosity and the volunteerism of these individuals. We'll, on behalf of Clerk Bragg, who is absent due to a personal matter, we would like to thank Chief Fanis, our Deputy Chief Shelby, and the Romulus Police Department for their coordination and making sure that the elections ran securely and smoothly. There were no incidents, and we're grateful for them. We're grateful for our IT department as well as our DPW department. We're grateful for and thankful for the Romulus Community Schools, and specifically Bill Garland, who helped coordinate the polling locations and made sure that they were open and available for our election workers at the desired time so they could be ready for the polls to open at 7 a.m. We're thankful for West Village Estates, to Renee Sample, the community manager, and to Romulus Athletic Center, to Brandon Williams, the interim general manager. We also like to thank our election workers, our precinct inspectors, our precinct liaisons, our receiving board inspectors, our AV counting board inspectors. We call them our champions of democracy because they are there on the front lines, making sure that every individual who is eligible to vote can vote and that those votes are cast. But more importantly, we'd like to thank our residents, because it's the residents who exercise these rights to vote. And we had a 44% turnout, which actually is kind of on par with midterm elections in previous years, but it's nice to see our residents coming out and voting on issues that are so important to them and important to the community. We had a very steady flow of residents from the opening of the polls to the closing of the polls. So on behalf of Clerk Bragg and on behalf of the Romulus City Clerk Office, we truly, truly thank you for your support and thank you for volunteering your time and effort for us. And that will conclude the clerk's report.
Thank you.
Number 7 is the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Good evening, council, administration, and all others. Just 2 reminders. We are working towards getting those tax bills ready. Those you will receive on December 1st, and then those taxes are due, and any other taxes that have not been paid by February 14th. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always call our office at 734-942-7580. And that'll be it. Thank you.
John?
Thank you. Mr.
I have a
Wadsworth?
question for the treasurer. I got a list today at home about people that haven't paid their taxes. I couldn't print or write and brought it here, but is that smaller than the last list that we got?
So every list, I mean, we continuously work, whether it's phone calls, letters, or visiting the property. So there are payment arrangements made. So sometimes you may see not much of a difference because they're making those payment arrangements, but we are moving forward and getting better and better. But we continue to work with our residents and businesses, and we want them to keep their business open, but they do have a responsibility to pay those tax bills, and that's our job. And so we make those phone calls and send those letters, and we'll continue to provide you the updated list with those delinquent.
Okay, I've got one more question. As I looked at the list, there was 3 businesses, and I'm not going to mention them, that roughly of the $288,000 were represented about $135,000 or $40,000. Do they have any intention to pay, or they've just written this off?
No, you know, we work with...
Especially the one that owed $78,000.
We work with our city attorney, so if we don't get some kind of movement, then we reach out to the city attorney. He'll send a certified letter, and we'll go that route. Sometimes that will motivate the business to contact us, because unfortunately, a lot of times they don't answer the phone calls or don't return the calls,
Sure.
or their voicemail is full. And so, but we want to do everything we can in-house to try to work with that business, make that contact, make that payment arrangement reasonable payment arrangement, because of course, every year, there's new taxes. We so much as went to contact our businesses to say, hey, you may qualify for, you fill out this form from the assessor's office, and you don't have to pay those personal property taxes because you're under that cash value. So we try to help them out, and surprisingly, even though we've made phone calls to make the businesses aware, this is to your benefit, so that way you don't have to pay these because you're exempt. You're under that true cash value. We still have businesses that didn't fill out that form.
All right, fine.
There's only so much you can do.
Right, okay.
And we
Thank
do our
you.
best. So
Thank you.
we'll continue to update those lists and make sure that you guys get them on a monthly basis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Number 8 is public comment. This is the portion of the agenda for those in the audience who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address City Council, please raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. As a reminder, members of the public viewing tonight's meeting via the city's broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their public comment to publiccomment@romulusgov.com before the end of the public comment period. Mr. Chair, I have not received any requests to speak public comment cards, and neither have we received any public comments via the public comment email.
Any comments from the audience? If there's no comments from the audience, Deputy Clerk, close that part out.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 9 is unfinished business.
Ms. Williams, you have some unfinished business?
Yes, I do. I spoke with the city attorney earlier. What the council needs to do at the last meeting on November the 7th, the minutes for October the 23rd, it was a 3-3 vote, so we need to redo that vote so they can actually pass, because it says that the motion passed, but it actually didn't. So those minutes need to be corrected. So, Chair, if you want to...
Through the chair.
Attorney, what's your question on that?
You did that at the beginning of the meeting.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, there was a resolution in the section on minutes to approve the October 24 minutes also.
You approved them, but yet and still they were 3-3. So,
There were 2 resolutions that I
Was it?
heard. The first one was to correct
Okay.
the November 7th
we
minutes.
should have made that clear, because
Oh, okay.
it went right past me. And I wanted to make sure that our minutes is clear, because I got residents calling me. I wasn't here last week, and residents calling me, bugging me that the minutes was not correct, so.
If there's no more unfinished business, number 10 is new business.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
if I could, I'd like to talk about is the animal shelter, real quick here. As Christmas comes and folks out there are thinking about getting a dog or a cat for Christmas as a pet, go to the Romulus Animal Shelter and look there first. I mean, they've got all kind of cats, they've got dogs, and if you get one and you take it home and have it fixed, you'll get your money back. You know, the donations of the shelter have kind of gone down the past 2 years. We're not doing a bingo anymore, we're not doing a bowl-a-thon anymore, but if you'd like to donate, I've got these slips around City Hall, and all you do is you fill it out and you mail it in. But if you don't want to donate to the Romulus Animal Shelter, Christmas is coming, and there's many other places in this town that you can donate. And I think about Helping Hands, I think about the Coleman Center, St. John Lodge, and the list goes on. Christmas is coming, and now's the time to give. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth.
There's no more new business. Number 11 is warrant for approval is warrant number 22-21.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we pay warrant 22-21 in the following amounts. General Fund, $229,687.52. Major Street Fund, $32,191.18. Local Street Fund, $6,468.54. Public Safety Fund, $78,486.98. Cable TV, $527.82. Street Lighting Fund, $49,892.90. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $99,630.06. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $18,448.66. 9/11 Service Fund, $9,953.80. NARC forfeiture on the state, $1,302.94. Library Fund, $10,561.78. DDA, $6,540.61. Tifa District 2, $24,233.96. Vining Road Extension, E-Course Construction, $206,831.03. Water and Sewer Fund, $1,025,580.10. Motor Vehicle, $47,037.40. Technology Services, $9,421.93. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $93,669.40. Revolving Fund, $16,372. Current Tax, $1,529.08. Payroll Fund, $230,515.74. Totaling all funds, $2,198,883.43.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 22-21 for $2,198,883.43. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion is approved.
Thank you, City Council. Number 12 is communications.
John, I got
Mr.
one
Wadsworth.
thing Before
Okay.
Tina talks. For the past year, I had talked with this administration about there's no signs to get to the Romulus Animal Shelter. I went to Julie. Not only now are there signs, there's big signs to get to the Romulus Animal Shelter, and I appreciate that. People have asked me, you know, where's it at? Now they can see the signs and go. So if you want a cat or dog, follow the blue sign. Thank you, Julie, for doing
Thank you.
I'll pass it on to
that.
the
I
staff
thank
that
the
helped handle
DPW
that.
workers, whoever put them up, and everybody else involved in it. I appreciate that. So the cats and dogs.
Chair.
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Talley.
Couple of shout-outs and then a couple of announcements. I just want to give a shout-out to everyone who had candidates and who won their races. Congratulations to our commissioner. Thank you. Great race, I'm sure. Bet a lot of hard work, but Congratulations. Our school board members who also won their races. Just shout out to everyone. Know it's kind of a hard thing to do, but great job to everyone who won their races. And also to our veterans, I always want to give them their shout out and their due for their service and what they've done in our country. Thank you to our veterans. Also want to give a shout out, well, not a shout out, this is more of an announcement. Coming back by popular demand, Cameron McCollum and Friends is coming back to the upscale warehouse on Saturday, November 26th, starting at 9 p.m. to 12 until midnight. Upscale is located at 6492 Wayne Road. Cameron McCollum and Friends was one of the winners of our Romulus Got talent show at Unity Day at the Pumpkin Fest, so we do look forward to his return to the upscale warehouse. Also, Presence Church, located at 33200 Ecorse Road, is having, their kids ministry is doing a holiday, well, a turkey festival, Thanksgiving festival for ages 4 through 12 on November 19th at 2 p.m. You do have to register on their website. You can either Google their website or you can go to presencemi.com/events to register for this event. So we just want to remember them if you want to take your kids there. Again, ages are 4 to 12. And then I want to, just some great work with our City of Romulus this past week. Just amazing, amazing work. When we talk about engagement, we talk about people getting involved. We talk about just being a part and getting involved within our community. Our mayor and his team, Julie, and our directors, department heads, they have focus groups set up this week. It's going in line with the visioning process that the mayor is doing for the City of Romulus. They have met over the 600 mark surveys, correct? And now we had focus groups last week, and when I tell you, these were some amazing groups. They had different areas that they focused in within our city. One ministry, one Romulus was a very interesting discussion. All the focus groups were amazing, a great discussion, and I want to thank the residents that came out to support these focus groups and getting engaged in our community. Great discussions. They had great ideas, brought great things to the table to move our city forward. This is what we're talking about, engagement. So these people came, these residents came to get engaged, and they gave their solutions and they gave their input. So when they come back with something, they didn't come with problems, they came with solutions. So I just want to shout out to the city for what they did with the focus group, the mayor, the team. It was an amazing time. The residents who saw it important enough to come out and engage in these discussions. Thank you so much for coming out. And then it was 2 days of discussions with the focus groups. The second day, they took it to the high school. The mayor and his team took this, and the guy who's doing the vision, David, took it to the high school and presented it to 10th, 11th, and 12th graders at the high school. A great turnout, packed auditorium, and it was just the support of the schools, the high school, Seth Petty, the principal, our interim superintendent, Yolanda Bloodsaw, our interim curriculum director, I can't think of her name off, but just the support, just how they embrace this visioning that the mayor is doing in the schools. And so I want to shout out to our schools and everybody who participated with that. It was a 7:30 in the morning event, and we had some engagement from some of the kids. It was awesome. Some people got up and felt it necessary to speak, some of our young folks, and they spoke very, very well. So we want to keep up with them young folks. Again, we got a mentor. We adults. We got to mentor these kids. So I just suggest that we get on board with getting our kids and find you some youth and somebody we can mentor around here and help them along the way. Because I'm going to tell you, it's just a great thing. It's things we should do as we're all getting along. We need to bring some people up behind us and mentor them along. So thank you to the city, the mayor, his team, Julie. It was just an amazing week with the focus group, and I pray more people will get involved. There will be a second survey coming out. It won't be as extensive as the first. But get engaged in this community. If you want to stay in this community, you have to get engaged in the community. And these people, residents came out this week and got engaged. So I'm asking people for the second survey that's coming out in December, right? Please, let's get engaged. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Thanks. Yes, I just wanted to announce that the aquatics area at the RAC is now reopened. Yes, the hot tub is working. And send a thanks out to all the workers at the RAC who helped with the cleaning and the upgrading, and we're back on track again. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the pickleball still working?
Yes, pickleball is very strong there. They're waiting for you.
Oh, okay. That will surprise you. Okay, Ms. Williams.
Yes, I would just like to inform the residents and, that it's at home and to share the information. We will be back at the high school tomorrow morning, starting at 10:30 to 12. So you're more than welcome to come out. All you need is your name and your address, and we'll load you up. Thank you.
Any other communications? If not, I just want to say one thing. The Lions, we won 2 in a row. Guess what? I think we tied for second. So enjoy this moment, because it can change any minute.
Mr.
Thank
Chair,
you.
Mr. Chair, I did want to mention also that the RAC now opens at 5 o'clock in the morning for all you people that like to exercise in the morning.
Oh, I'd just be turning over in the bed.
Me too.
All right. Thank you.
If there's no more communications from council, number 13 is adjournment, and the time is 8:18.
So moved.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.